to Singapore Polytechnic's inaugural Virtual Parents Forum. While the Parents Forum had been the main highlight at SP Open House for many years, this is the first time we are conducting it virtually. I used to be able to meet parents at our annual open house face to face. As much as I would like to do that with you now, we are all constrained by the circumstances we are in these days. Nevertheless, we are undaunted, and so have planned this event virtually. Why? Because it is so important. We want to ensure our prospective students and parents, like yourself, have all the information and resources you need to make an informed choice. This year, we have prepared a video to share with you how SP is keeping pace with the changing world and how we are continuously delivering the most relevant education for our students. I hope you have the opportunity to watch the video. In a few moments, my colleagues will be sharing how the various courses that we offer at SP will position our students for their success in the future. Feel free to engage us. Ask any question that will help you to make an informed decision. Thank you, and I wish you a fruitful time exploring SP's Virtual Open House.
Hi, good morning, all parents and students. Welcome to SP's first Virtual Parents Forum. My name is Paul, and I'll be your host for this morning's session, which is for the School of Chemical and Life Sciences, or CLS for short. Now, before we start, we would like to show you a video on all the various admissions exercises that are available for entry into our polytechnics.
Farhan, Jill, and Derek are graduating soon and are interested to enroll in their dream course at Singapore Polytechnic, or SP. Are you also interested to join SP, but unsure of where or how to begin? Don't worry. Let's join Farhan, Jill, and Derek to find out more. Farhan will be taking the GCE O-level examination this year. He loves maths and is always curious about how virtual assistants such as Siri work. Farhan has set his sights on SP's Diploma in Applied AI and Analytics. Farhan, you are eligible for the Joint Admissions Exercise, or JAE, conducted in January. During the release of the O-level results, you will receive Form A, which contains your examination results, aggregate scores, and the course codes of all the courses that you are eligible to apply for under JAE. SP courses are listed with a prefix S. Admission to Polytechnic courses is based on meeting the minimum entry requirements, the net EL R2-B2 aggregate score, and the available vacancies. The EL R2-B2 aggregate score refers to the GCE O-level results for English language, 2 relevant subjects, and 2 other best subjects. Farhan has a co-curricular activities grade of excellent. Well done, Farhan! This enables you to deduct 2 points off your raw EL R2-B2 aggregate score. Farhan, are there other courses that you are interested in? You can list up to 12 choices in the JAE Internet system. I know, it's not easy to choose and rank 12 choices. Let me guide you along. As JAE is a merit-based exercise, it is important for you to select your courses carefully. The order of how you list your choices is important. Do utilize all 12 choices. For the first few choices, list your dream courses, even if you do not meet the previous year's JAE range of net EL R2-B2 scores. Remember, this range of aggregate scores is just a reference. For the last few choices, indicate courses which you are confident of securing based on the previous year's JAE range of net EL R2-B2 score. These courses should still be of interest to you. The JAE posting results will be released through SMS and the JAE Internet system. Jill, on the other hand, will be taking her GCE Normal Academic Level examination this year and has been doing well in her studies. She loves interacting with people and would like to enroll in SP's Diploma in Human Resource Management with Psychology. Jill, you sound like the perfect candidate for the Polytechnic Foundation Program, or PFP. This is a one-year program for top normal academic level graduates from MOE schools. Instead of continuing with your O-level examinations in Secondary 5, you can join SP's PFP in preparation for your pre-selected diploma course. When you enroll in this program, you will be offered a provisional place in SP. You will need to pass your foundation year modules to progress to the first year of your diploma course. PFP applications will open in mid-January, on the same day the O-level results are released. You will be issued Form P if you are eligible for PFP. Jill, to be eligible for PFP, you need to score a raw EL/MA B3 aggregate score of 12 points or better for your GCE NA level and meet the group eligibility. EL/MA B3 is the combined aggregate score of English language, mathematics, and 3 other best subjects. Since the Diploma in Human Resource Management with Psychology is under Group 2 of the list of PFP courses, you would also have to fulfill the minimum subject requirements under Group 2. You can submit up to 5 PFP course choices in the application. Results of your PFP application will be released on the application website. Derek is a higher NITEC student in his final semester at ITE. He loves watching movies and is fascinated by the cool visual effects in action films. He is currently studying higher NITEC in visual effects and would like to enroll in SP's Diploma in Media, Arts and Design. Derek, you should consider enrolling in SP via the Joint Polytechnic Admissions Exercise, or JPAE, which is conducted in February. To be eligible for JPAE, you need a relevant ITE qualification with a net GPA of 2.0 and above. For NITEC students, a relevant ITE qualification with net GPA of 3.5 and above is needed. CCA bonus points can also be used to improve your GPA ranking for admission consideration. For the JPAE, you may select up to 8 courses of your choice. JPAE posting results will be released on the application website. I hope you now have a better understanding on how to enroll in SP to pursue the course of your choice. SP has many admissions exercises available to learners of all ages. Besides the ones featured here today, there is the Early Admissions Exercise, or EAE, in June for graduating O-level students, ITE students, as well as working adults. There is also the Direct Admissions Exercise, or DAE, for working adults, students with international qualifications, GCE A-level holders, and those who wish to pursue the Diploma in Nautical Studies. Do visit our DAE webpage for the application dates. If you are posted to SP, you will receive an email with the enrollment instructions. For more information on admissions exercises, please visit our SP page below. We hope to see you soon in SP.
Hi, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the video. Now, do you know that the School of Chemical and Life Sciences is known as the most colorful school in SP? Now, that is because we offer a wide range of courses to train technologists in key industries like food, chemicals, biopharmaceuticals, and healthcare. Now, without further ado, we'd like to show you a video on what CLS is all about.
Without science, we cannot advance, we cannot innovate. Only with science, then we are able to provide, better healthcare, better food supply, as well as better materials that we wear on a day-to-day basis. The sciences that we learn enable us to create new diagnostics, vaccines, or even cures for diseases beyond just the pandemic.
Consumers of today are keenly aware of health and food trends. As a global health and food performance ingredient supplier, we can testify how much potential the food and science sector has. BASF sets up this facility in collaboration with the Singapore Polytechnic to better serve the needs of our customers in Asia.
So we have a wide range of state-of-the-art facilities that allows aspiring scientists to put their knowledge and skill sets to a test. We house the first ever Asia's Perfumery and Cosmetics Science Center. We also have the Food Innovation and Resource Center, where our students from the Food Science and Technology Diploma are able to use their latest innovations to come up with new food products together with them. We also have our Optometry Center, Medical Technology Suite, as well as the Biologics Corridor to help to upskill our students. We also have our Energy and Chemicals Training Center and our Smart Lab, which are key players in Singapore's Industry 4.0 drive. These experiences complement classroom learning and help to seamlessly transit our students into the workforce as well as to further their studies.
SP provides us with deep theoretical knowledge, and along with that, they also teach us hands-on practical skills that allow us to solve practical issues that are faced by the world. I have always been interested in the field of biotechnology, and I think SP firmly set me on the path to be a researcher in biotech. So the field of biotechnology and medtech is a very exciting one, and SP provides a very strong foundation, future-proofing the students for them to take part in this very exciting journey moving into the future.
Hi, welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed the video we have prepared for you. Now, to tell us more about what CLS is really about, the courses that we have on offer, and why CLS courses should be one of your top choices, I have with me Mr. John Xie and Madam Ma Mon Moi.
Hello.
Mr. Xie and Madam Ma are the two deputy directors at our School of Chemical and Life Sciences. Over to you, John.
Thanks, Paul. Hi, everyone. Please allow us, myself and Momoy, to take you through the 6 programs that we offer at the School of Chemical and Life Sciences. Applied Chemistry, the Diploma in Applied Chemistry, DAPC, we train the students with a strong foundation in chemistry, which provides them with the versatility to work in various chemistry-related job sectors. Singapore is the world's 5th largest refinery export hub. And by 2025, the government aims to create 1,400 new jobs for the E&C industry. And why SP DAPC? Because it's the first diploma in applied chemistry that is based on a broad curriculum, and there is transferable skills that allows the graduates to work in various sectors. And the students who go through this diploma course can choose from one of the 3 specializations, namely pharmaceutical science, industrial chemistry, and material science. Not to mention that the course is also recognized by accreditation bodies like Royal Society of Chemistry and the Institute of Materials, Minerals and Mining. With us, we also have built not just the staff capability, but also the state-of-the-art facilities like the Materials Performance Center and the Applied Chemistry Laboratory Suite. Now, DAPC supports a wide variety of job roles according to the SSG skills frameworks. For example, in the energy and chemicals industry, graduates can find roles as a lab technician, research technologist. In the biopharmaceutical manufacturing, they can continue to do work related to the course of study in lab analytical work. They can also find jobs in the food manufacturing, healthcare, and also in the water or environmental sectors, which are important to Singapore. The graduates can pursue further studies in our local and overseas universities, such as the NTU, NUS, SIT, and many more. So typically, the graduates will continue their studies in chemistry or chemical engineering related fields. The range of a NET 2020 JE score is between 3 to 10, and our proposed intake is 100 for the 2021 year. So let me pass the time over to Mumwai to talk about biomedical science.
Thank you, John. Okay. Today I'm going to start with what is biomedical science, a very popular question. Biomedical science is all about the science that contributes towards saving lives, from research activities to understand diseases and finding diagnostic solutions, to medical testing to help the doctors diagnose and manage diseases, and the science and technology of biopharmaceutical manufacturing. So why biomedical science in Singapore? If you look at the trends of aging population, government spending in healthcare, and the significant contribution of biomedical science industry towards the manufacturing sector, all these three point towards a good demand for biomedical science graduates in Singapore. So why SP? In SP, we offer 3 areas of specialization. We provide comprehensive training and relevant internships in these 3 areas. Firstly, medical technology. This is for those who are interested in the investigative and analytical nature of clinical diagnostics. Second, cardiac technology, a specialization where you work alongside doctors, nurses, healthcare professionals in the diagnosis and management of heart diseases. And lastly, biotechnology, for those interested in research activities as well as in biopharmaceutical manufacturing. So our students who join us get to train in a comprehensive set of laboratories, including the medical technology suite and the biologics corridor. Okay, so where would our graduates find work? Our students typically will work as a medical technologist or a cardiac technologist in hospitals, in clinics, or they can choose to dwell in research activities and join biopharmaceutical MNCs as a research assistant, a biotechnologist, or QC/QA assistant. So where would our graduates go for further studies? Majority of our students would join the local university for a science program. Some of them would venture off to dentistry, pharmacy, or even join teaching. Okay. For 2021, our intake is 100, and last year's LAS score was 3 to 8. I'll now pass you back to John to tell you about the next program.
Thanks, Mumwai.
John.
Thank you. The Diploma in Chemical Engineering, DCHE, is the study of applied sciences and mathematics, and it allows us to turn laboratory ideas into large-scale production realities. And it is the most versatile discipline for the chemicals industry. The energy and chemicals industry is one of the backbone industry for Singapore, and the industry is amongst the top 10 exporters of chemicals. And 8 out of 10 pharmaceutical companies in a different sector, which is some pharmaceutical, have manufacturing plants located in Singapore. So why SP DCHE? Because we have the state-of-the-art training facility, what we know as Energy and Chemicals Training Center, ECTC. And it is the first diploma to adopt a student-centric engineering teaching method. And it's also the first diploma to be accredited by the Institute of Chemical Engineers UK since the 1990s. So graduates can pursue jobs and opportunities in not just the chemicals industry, but also the biopharmaceutical industry, as well as workplace safety and health coordinator related fields. The graduates can pursue further studies both in the local and the overseas university as well. And typically, they find themselves in chemical engineering and engineering science related fields. The range of NET JE 2020 was 7 to 13, and our proposed intake for the coming year is 125. Now for the Diploma in Food Science and Technology, DFST, it trains technologists for the Singapore food industry in these three aspects: food innovation, food processing, food safety and quality management. And the plant-based food market is a growing market in Singapore and worldwide. And based on the predictions of the companies, they predict that there's going to be a rise in the need for not just convenient food, but also healthy and nutritious food made available to us. And particularly in Singapore, the government has set a target for Singapore to produce 30% of our own nutritional needs by the year 2030. So that sets in context why we need to train food technologies for our own industry. So why SP? Why us? Because it's the first diploma in Singapore on food science technology with the state-of-the-art facilities, and it has a unique work-based learning experience that we work closely with our research center, which is the Food Innovation Resource Center. The students will go through this pathway will be closely mentored by food scientists. And we have strong support from the food industry, as well as the curriculum is accredited by International Union Food of Science and Technology. So some of these facilities include the biotransformation lab, food analysis, even food processing, and also food creation laboratory. So students can find job opportunities in the local food sector as food technologies, R&D technologies, so on and so forth. And they can pursue further studies in the following areas such as food technology or food science and technology, both in the local university like NTU, NUS, even SIT, and also other overseas universities. The range of NET JE for last year is 7 to 13, and our proposed intake is 105 for the coming year. One more, please.
Okay, today I'm going to talk about the diploma in optometry. Okay. The diploma trains optometrists to provide eye examination services for children and adults. The purpose of this is the purpose of an optometrist and their role in society is to enhance quality of life through prescription of glasses and contact lenses, and to prevent blindness through early detection of diseases. Okay. Let's look at the trend and how this would help in terms of job prospects. Okay. We know that Singapore has one of the highest myopia rate in the world. Okay. This, combined with the high prevalence of diabetes and an aging population, all points towards a continual and good and high demand for optometrists in Singapore. Okay. Why SP Optometry? We are the first Polytechnic to offer optometry. Our graduates, upon graduation, can apply to the Ministry of Health Optometry and, and Optician Board to be a licensed optometrist. Being the first institution means that we have a large network out there that comes back to provide job opportunities as well as relevant internship placements for our students. In addition, there our program allows many hours, clinical hours of training to our students. So the students get many hours to practice before they go out to join the workforce. Okay. We have a very beautiful optometry center on campus, housing the latest diagnostic equipment, and these are all used for student training. So upon graduation, our optometrists can join retail sectors as an optometrist, or they can work as an optometrist in a hospital or an eye clinic. Some of our graduates do join multinationals as a specialist. Okay. In the year 2021, the intake is 60. The last aggregate score for last year was 6 to 12. I will now pass you back to John to tell you about the perfumery program. John, please.
Thanks, Ms. Moy, for the wonderful overview of the course. The Diploma in Perfumery and Cosmetic Science, DPCS, is the only local diploma program that provides training in chemistry as a foundation with applications in perfumery and cosmetic science. Now, some of the industry trends include the following. In Singapore, the top 5 flavor and fragrance company manufacture and perform application development here in Singapore. And the fragrance sector has a value add of about 300 million to the overall global industry. And there is a growing need for more customized and personal home care and personal care products, both in Singapore, the region, and also worldwide. So why us? Why SP? Because it's the only diploma that offers chemistry in perfumery and cosmetic science. And we have the state-of-the-art facilities, Consumer Chemicals Technology Center, as well as the Perfumery and Cosmetic Science Center, which we leverage on our staff capability and also the facilities together with the industry support and the associations to provide authentic training for the students in real-world projects. So graduates can pursue career in the evaluation of the formulation of products. They can also be part of the formulation team. And also, they can also take opportunities in the product development, regulatory, and other areas that is in this industry. And DPCS graduates can also pursue further studies in areas such as chemistry or even the biological chemistry related areas in the local universities, NTU, NUS, as well as overseas universities. So the range of 2020 JE score is last year, was from 6 to 12, and the proposed intake is 50, which remains unchanged from the current intake. Thank you very much. We will now let Paul take over.
Thank you, John. Yep. Oh, it's okay. Right, so now that you know a little bit more about the range of courses we have on offer here, you may be wondering how does our school actually look like. So now we'd like to take you on a tour of our amazing facilities we have here at CLS.
The Energy and Chemicals Training Center is a comprehensive facility that provides us with hands-on experience and a realistic work environment. Small-scale benchtop experiments are also conducted to innovate new products. We even get to operate a fully equipped integrated pilot plant that is 2 stories high. Here, we simulate the authentic experience in the industry where operations are remotely controlled.
Welcome to the Food Science Laboratories. These are the labs that Diploma in Food Science and Technology students use to discover the world of food, from raw ingredients, processes, and packaging to finished consumer products. In these labs, we develop, evaluate, and apply different food ingredients and flavors.
The Materials Performance Center houses state-of-the-art equipment which supports the learning of knowledge and skills needed in the core areas of Singapore's chemical industry. Nestled within our Materials Performance Center, the Materials Innovation and Design Room is the nexus for innovation, enabling rich interactions between students, staff, and industry partners. Students acquire deep skill sets to operate, perform, and evaluate various materials. Using our industry-standard processing equipment and 3D printers, students are exposed to the importance of process optimization from design to production.
In biomedical science, students can choose to specialize into different specialization based on their interest. In the medical technology specialization, students acquire skill sets to perform clinical diagnostics tests from samples, including blood. In the cardiac technology specialization, students will learn about the various types of heart-related diagnostic procedures, like the electrocardiogram. In the biotechnology specialization, students learn to produce biologics such as insulin, vaccines, and other biological substances.
Welcome to Singapore Polytechnic Optometry Centre. Students gain real-world working experience attending to real public patients, working alongside qualified optometrists. A standard consultation room enables students to conduct detailed eye examinations. The instruments here take photo of the back of the eyes and provide cross-sectional view of certain parts of the eye to assist students in their analysis. The latest digital optometry equipment not only enhances learning but also prepares students for optometric practice.
Welcome to the Perfumery and Cosmetic Science Center. Here, we formulate personal care products, such as moisturizing creams. Professional equipment, such as the corneometer, are used to help us develop better products. We also learn how to identify olfactory families. We are able to concoct perfume bases through the accurate addition of fragrance materials using analytical balances.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed the tour of our facilities at CLS. Now we'll be moving on to the next segment of the show, which is the live question and answer session. I have back with me on stage again Mr. John Seah and Madam Ma, right, the Deputy Directors of our school. Now we'll be receiving questions through Pigeonhole. You can post your questions on Pigeonhole using the URL pigeonhole.at/SPOH2021. I'll say that again, pigeonhole.at/SPOH2021. Okay, so let's take our first question. Our first question is asking about this, it's about the news. There's a news recently on the Diploma in Perfumery and Cosmetic Science having a very unique industry program. And this person is asking, how do I know if I am suitable for it? Mr. John, would you like to take this question?
Thanks, Paul. Thanks for the question. It is a wonderful question and even exciting question for me. So the question I believe you're asking is to look out for what kind of program is this and whether you are suitable. So let me give you a little bit of an introduction. So in the year 1 and 2, the student will be equipped with foundational chemistry and perfumery and cosmetic science skills and fundamentals, the core skills, to be able to equip you for the 3rd year of training. And in the 3rd year, it will be a work-based learning program. By work-based, we mean the industry, the partners that we work with, will provide us with real-world authentic challenges that they have. And with close supervision and mentorship from the industry, as well as our own lecturers who are well-versed in these different domain areas, together with you and the student, the teams will be working and tackling on real-world challenges that will be able to help the company work together towards a solution. So for that full year, we have this curriculum called Industry Now curriculum, which is INC. And we are looking for graduates, we are looking for students who have a passion to formulate or develop or even evaluate perfumery, cosmetic, science-based products. And we would like students who are self-directed, interested, and willing to take on challenges, to work as a team towards a solution. So to me, this is an interesting question because it is an exciting program. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Se. Right, moving on to our next question. This question is asking if my child has vision color deficiency. What courses is he eligible to sign up for in our school of CLS? Madam Ma?
Okay. If we looked at all the 6 courses that we have described today, all of them accept students or application from students with vision color deficiency. Right. Upon enrollment, every student who comes and enroll in our courses are expected to show the results of a vision color test. The reason is when our students graduate, we typically train them for a certain job in Singapore. And some of these jobs require our students to differentiate colors. So the purpose of this is if we know of a student with a vision color deficiency, what we would like to do is talk to the student, explain to him what are the jobs that might require complete color vision from for that job. So this is to help the students make a good informed choice when they go out to work. So that is the purpose of why we have that. So I repeat again, all students can apply if they have vision color deficiency, but they're expected to still go for the color test and provide the results so that we can at least give them good advice in terms of job prospects. So maybe John, is there anything else I should add on?
Yeah, I think that is a very important point because we want to embrace the students who want to work in these industries, in these 6 programs, but we also want to give them a good guidance to say what kind of jobs within the sectors are more suitable if you have certain deficiencies. But we can assure you that there are a wide variety of jobs even within each sector.
Yes, that's true. So even in biomedical science, if you do have color vision deficiency, do apply to us because a large percentage of jobs do not require you to, you can still apply for those jobs. Only a very few small jobs that you may not be able to apply for. So don't give up, put in your application, and if you get in, talk to us, and then we will explain to you the details of that. Right, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. All right, John, someone is torn between applied chemistry and food science and technology. So can you help enlighten him or her?
Yeah, thanks for the question. In fact, this is not an uncommon question. At 16-year-old, it is not uncommon for the student, especially if you have a variety of courses to choose from and are eligible. Perhaps let me start off by giving you a brief overview of applied chemistry because it is the foundation. It builds a foundation in chemistry. So you must have a liking and an interest for chemistry. And in the second year, you can choose between the few options from pharmaceutical science, where we talk about the training for pharmaceutical manufacturing, industrial chemistry, where it deals more with petrochemicals, specialty chemicals, so on and so forth, and material science, where we will evaluate and test products, materials, and also design materials for its functions and use. So that is applied chemistry. and it shares the same common year 1 modules, exactly the same, with Diploma in Food Science and Technology, DFST. So with that common ground, it also allows the food science students to have a good grounding in chemistry, in biology, and in certain maths and communication modules. So that sets a good foundation for them to progress. So in the Food Science and Technology DFST diploma, after the first year, they will focus and specialize in the food domains or related areas. So the 3 areas that this diploma focus on will be food innovation, where we get a chance to work with our industry partners and also through the Food Innovation Resource Center to work on the projects that will allow us to develop new, better, tastier, and healthier food products. So that's one. The other one is about food safety. And as you know, that in Singapore, food safety is important because that is something that we hold value to. And therefore, there are regulation, there are processes, there are manufacturing practices that will equip you when you learn this set of know-how and skills to be able to be part of the manufacturing industry for food to assure the safety of the food. And of course, there will also be food processing, meaning to turn ideas and concepts to something feasible, manufacturable, and also useful to have large-scale production, and also quality management as well. So that in itself hopefully will give you an understanding that whichever diploma you go to, you will have the same set of year 1 modules. And I also want to share that in our programs, we also built in electives. Elective modules primarily school-based and poly-wide, meaning to say the students can choose electives from another diploma of their interest. Also from a diploma that is even outside of CLS but within SP, and it will work towards your curriculum credits. So I thought this would be helpful for us to consider whether you want to go to applied chemistry or food science and technology.
Thank you, John. All right, the next question. Madam Ma, do you know the percentage of students from the diploma in biomedical science who entered medical school after they graduate?
Okay, for our biomedical science graduates, the percentage is small, and this number varies from year to year. I think application for medicine depends on not just the good grades, it also depends on their portfolio as well. I would like to say, besides the small percentage, so why do students still come to us? Because they like medical sciences. When they come to us, those with interest in medicine, when they come to us, they learn all about diseases, they learn about what happens in a normal state, what are the diagnostic or medical testing that we do. So they understand this perspective of medicine. They also learn about what we call the word pathophysiology, which means they also learn all the other sciences behind diseases and management of diseases. So when some of our graduates in medical school have come back to tell us that the background that we provide for them has actually given them a good foundation when they entered the medical program. So yes, the percentage is small, but I think as John and I can tell you here today that it's not just biomedical science graduates that can apply for medicine in NUS. There are like the food program, the chemistry program. So do check out our website and do check out the NUS website if that is your aspiration. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Ma. Right, the next question is asking about the difference between our food science and technology course here in CLS and other food science and food science and nutrition courses in other polys. John, you like this question?
Thanks, Paul.
Yep.
It's a wonderful question. So allow me to reiterate and also share with you that our food science and technology course has a unique work-based learning in the 3rd year curriculum, where we call it the BITE program. We work closely with the Food Innovation and Resource Center, FIRC, as well as the industry. So FIRC does a fair bit of work on food packaging, which is a very important aspect of food, both from the marketing as well as the shelf life extension and preservation of food so that we can extend it for consumers. So they have food scientists, food technologists who work closely with the industry as well. So students who go through this program in the third year with work-based learning, they will be taking on real-world food projects, working with the industry partners and close supervision and mentorship so that it will not just beef up the knowledge and application, but also perhaps even extend the network even before you graduate. So students who do well during this program may find themselves having job offers even before they graduate. And this is not uncommon for us as well. So this is the distinctive, I thought, for SP, DFST course. And I believe if you want to understand more about the other polytechnics food science course, which you can always go to the website and check out the latest modules and the programs they offer. So we encourage you to do that.
Thank you, John. Next question is asking about our optometry course. Madam Ma, do you know how they can further their studies after the course?
So maybe I could start by saying that optometry is an allied health professional or classified as an allied health professional job. That means our graduates, when they graduate, they register with the Ministry of Health and they can practice as an optometrist. Only registered optometrists can practice as one, right? So they do not need a degree to practice. So, but we do have students who aspire to have a degree at the end of their, to help them along their career path. So our students typically would go for optometry degree programs in Australia or in UK. We don't have an optometry program right now at the local universities, but there is a private college in Singapore offering an optometry degree program. You might want to check that out as well. Right? So, but I would like to also reiterate, whether you have a degree or a diploma, your job scope would be similar or almost the same, whether you work in hospitals or in retail. So when we train you as an optometrist and you graduate with a diploma in optometry, you would have the complete set of skills as defined by the Ministry of Health required for that job. Okay, now
Thank
pass
you,
it
Madam
back.
Ma. Right, John, between our diploma in applied chemistry and chemical engineering, they sound the same, but are they really the same?
That's a good question. So applied chemistry has a foundation and trains our graduates in chemistry. And further on, they will be equipped with the core skills for primarily lab-based analysis and lab testing. So this will be the core function of a lab technician or lab technologists in both the energy and chemicals and also even the pharmaceutical industry. So the other side of the house, in the sector or in the companies, we need people with skills to upskill this lab-based or lab-scale work or products into large volumes so that it can be mass manufactured. So this requires a different set of skills, both in the chemistry, in the mathematics and engineering principles. So that is the key difference between applied chemistry, which is more lab-based, use of lab equipment and technology to analyze, understand the products and ensure quality. The other side will be the chemical engineering, where we turn these products into large-scale realities. So this is the primary distinctive or difference between applied chemistry and chemical engineering. Although they work in similar industry, such as energy and chemicals, as well as pharmaceutical or even biopharmaceutical industries.
Thank you, John. Right, the next question is asking about the considerations we take for EAE, which is the early admission exercise. Madam Ma, can I direct this question to you?
Maybe I'll start with the general consideration and then John and I will elaborate a little bit more in terms of specific diplomas. I think EAE, or its aptitude-based admission, we looked at passion and interest, a very, very big generic word. So what is passion and interest? We get that a lot when we meet parents, we meet students. What are we looking for in terms of passion? What are we looking for in terms of interest? I would like to say broadly that there is no specific narrow definition in our eyes. If you can come to me and show me what you did with that passion, when you're interested in something, what have you done, where the evidence that you are interested, then yes, I've seen the whole variety of evidence for passion and interest. So in that sense, we don't narrow it down that you must have this portfolio or you must have done this competition and things like that. Yes, we accept anything as long as you can convince me I'm passionate and I really am. It's not just lip service, all right? So that is the general explanation or what we're looking for in passion and interest through EAE. Now I go down to the diploma. In optometry, as you know, in optometry, it is to provide eye examination of adults and children. So those of you, I think majority of us in Singapore wear glasses or have contact lenses. So you would have seen an optometrist or an optician, and you know what is involved in doing that eye test, so they can prescribe to you the correct, accurate glasses or contact lenses. And you know that in that work, there is a lot of equipment, so you will learn about equipment. So you must like that. You deal with patients, so you must like patient work. You must have good communication skills or not be afraid to speak to people, because all that is very critical and part and parcel of what is required as an optometrist. And you should also have good hand skill, because you have to do all that test very near the person's eyes, so you have to be able to have very good fine motor skills as well. So these are the things that you would expect in an optometrist, right? For biomedical science, this is very broad-based. It's all about science. So we are looking at, if you tell me you like science, what can you tell me about science that you like? So the ability to articulate and talk about what you like, what is it that drives you in science, what have you done, that is all, that will convince me that yes, you are the right person, you are really passionate and interested in science. So those are the two things. I think I'll go back to what is in general. In general, in SP or in CLS, we look for students who have good communication skills, good team players, and the ability to be self-driven, because we want our students to be self-directed in their learning, which is a very important skill for them when they go out to work, right? So maybe now I pass you to John to tell you about the other courses in terms of EAE.
Yeah, thanks, Momoy. I can't agree more that the passion and interest needs also to be expressed in a certain way. We are open about how it's being expressed. So, to give you an example, in applied chemistry, because the work primarily focuses on using equipment and technology to interpret, evaluate the say, chemical products. So we will require the students to be willing and able to understand results based on the, let's say, graphical explanation, and also to be meticulous with the data. So with that comes a certain level of integrity to say whatever we get from the equipment, we have to interpret it based on our objective lens. So that is something that we thought would be important, being meticulous. And also in the lab, some of the students may have told me before, they thought it is just a one-person role. I can be isolated from everyone else. But the truth of the matter is, in the industry, there's no one person's role. And also, likewise for the lab technologies or testing, we require sharing of data, results, discussing, and triangulating certain results to get an accurate understanding of whether the product conforms to the quality, whether it falls within the range or out of specifications. So, and also another example will be in chemical engineering, where it is one thing to like turning lab scale ideas to large realities. It is another thing to be willing to be hands-on, pull up the sleeves and do something, and do calculation, concepts, trying out, walk the ground, talk to the team, so that we overcome the challenges together, even on the ground. So we also need that kind of students with a certain level of wanting to put things into action, do project work, discuss, and challenge ideas so that we come up with the best solution. So that I hope we can help you to understand what is EAE about for passion and also aptitude.
Yeah. Maybe I can add on at the end. So when you come through EAE, it means you're looking forward towards a degree in that discipline. So it's important you do your homework on what that discipline requires, because courses like optometry, or even some, if you choose to work in join certain companies in chemical engineering or biopharma, there is shift work. So you have to understand what is required of you in that job as well. So I think it's important you do all your homework. If not, do come to our webinar later, our course counseling, and ask your questions there as well.
Thank you, Madam Ba. Thank you, John. All right, the next question comes from Audrey. Hi, Audrey. Audrey is asking, from the biomedical science course, what percentage of the students are accepted into science courses in our local universities like NTU or NUS? Madam Ma?
I would say a very high percentage. Okay, typically, on average, at Polytechnic level, about half our students would enter the university. For biomedical science, I would say a very high percentage. Majority of our students would go to NUS and NTU. In NTU, they join the biological science. In NUS, they join the life science degree. So our students have high success rate in entering those programs and high success rate of graduating from those programs as well. From what we understand, they do quite well out there as well. I think that's not just for biomedical science. I think it's the same for your degree programs in food science, chemical engineering, John?
Yes, there is a very similar trend. And also, I think the next question, right, is also about the chances of the student entering the university from if you take the diploma of chemical engineering. So typically, more than half of our students will be eligible to apply for the local university. And so it really depends and boils down to the individual student, how much effort and willingness to do well in the 3-year program with us.
That's so right, John.
Yes.
All right, thank you. All right, we have time for just one last question. All right, this question is asking about the hazards. Are there any hazards when someone enters the perfumery and cosmetic science course? John?
Sure, thanks, Paul. Before that, allow me to share with you our perspective of hazards and risk. So basically, in every single action or activity, there is always risk and hazards. So what we want to do is to approach it with a management perspective to say how do we manage the risk and the hazard. So that is the general brief of it. So we equip our students with the knowledge and the know-how to do risk management, to do risk assessment, so that the risk can be managed. So both in the laboratory, to the plant, to the labs. So generally these are well managed if the users follows the protocol. So in a very simple example, in driving, there are also risks and hazards. So we need to also learn how to follow the rules and stop and start at the right time. So for perfumery and cosmetic science, the students will handle chemicals, generally of low concentrations. So there are actually no major hazards associated with formulation and evaluation, also because these are small volumes. So in our labs, we don't deal with large volumes like 1,000 liters or 2,000 liters. We deal with, for example, 30 milliliters, 50 milliliters, which are small in the volume and quantity. And with well-controlled lab and risk management, generally the students have a safe passage throughout the 3 years. So we are happy that the students are generally able to handle the risk and handle the chemicals well. I think that is important as they go to the industry as well.
That's part and parcel of the training provided here,
training.
right?
That's right.
Thank you, Madam Ma and John. Right, so that's all the time we have for you for our Q&A session. Now, if you have any more questions, you can attend our Zoom breakout sessions later. For those who have registered, their links would have already been emailed to you. Right, the links will also appear in the next slide coming up after this. So thank you very much, everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.